How's it going today, guys? S&M Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about the game Enlisted and is it worth it. So just a heads up, I'm not a very serious gamer whatsoever. I just kind of play for fun and don't take me too serious. So if you're looking for like that more in-depth review, this is definitely not the place for you. But if you're just more of a casual gamer, saying if you want to try something out, maybe see if you like it, this is probably the video for you. So first off, let's talk about it. Enlisted is a World War II first-person shooter. It's kind of more of like a battle sim kind of game. So basically you have two different kind of armies you can pick from. You can obviously pick from the Allies or the Nazi Party. And the Allies, you know, depending on what campaign you can play, is going to be different, vice versa. I'm not sure what campaign I'm playing. I've just been kind of new to this game and just figured I'd kind of review the gameplay aspect of it. You know, I'm not going to get too much into the squads or different armies or stuff like that. Just more on the gameplay, you know, just hopping in a game and playing. So, at least for my campaign, all I can tell you from leveling up, it is a grind. It is a super big grind. I played for, I don't know, I say 4 days. Sometimes, you know, testing out the game, I'd probably play for a couple hours at a time. And, I mean, I'm still only level 9. Like, compared to, like, Call of Duty or Fortnite, you're going to be leveling up way faster than that. But let's talk about the tanks right now. As you can see, because I'm playing it right now. Dude, how freaking cool is this? So, just so you know, as you can tell later throughout the video, it's not just tanks, it's not just on the foot, it's not just planes, it's a mix. You have tanks, your planes, your on foot, your snipers, your RTOs. You can literally run around calling artillery. You can play as an engineer, building sandbags, barbed wire fences, rally points, preparing where you guys spawn. So there's definitely altogether like a lot more strategy, and it's more of a, instead of like Call of Duty how you just hop in, you start killing people and whatnot, this game you'll see is definitely focused more on like the team players and playing together. So you know, you're gonna have dudes being foot soldiers, you're gonna have dudes playing as artillery, you're gonna have dudes playing as tanks, planes. So it's just gonna be a crazy mix, and really focuses on, if you guys want a victory, focusing together and playing. Now you can just hop in and play whatever you want and not play any kind of supportive role and just focus on yourself, and you'll get a lot of kills, but you're definitely not going to get a victory based off of that. So it's definitely focused on more of kind of like your team. One big thing is too, I've noticed, playing with your friends. Like if you have friends, that would help out on that aspect. It's the reason I'm going to bring it up. So for instance, when I was playing with my brother, he would play more of like a foot soldier, and I'd play more of a support role. I'd be falling behind him with, you know, the rally points as a tank. And then vice versa, I'd play as a foot soldier, and he'd play more as a plane because I was just terrible with the planes. So it's definitely good in that aspect, but I think without any friends, I feel like the team plays pretty well together too. Because you can just say if you're just playing solo without any friends, you're still going to be on a big multiplayer team. But as long as you switch roles, I feel like you'll find it better to play that way too. It's better to play every role and help each other out. Now let's talk about graphics. As you can see, graphics obviously aren't the best, but graphics honestly really aren't that bad. I'd say out of 10, I'd give the graphics for, it's kind of hard, I'd say probably around a 7, you know, for what it is. I don't think it's supposed to be like too intensely graphic, but definitely has some pretty good graphics. And, you know, you gotta also keep in mind, this game came out about 2 years ago. I think somewhere around 2 years ago this game came out. So, for the graphics, I say it's pretty good, especially on PS5, you know, everyone's the graphics pretty good. But besides the graphics, let's talk about glitchiness and just all the sort of glitches in general. Definitely a very glitchy game, especially, you know, like, sometimes just aiming down your iron sights will glitch up your game. The aiming just doesn't seem right. Sometimes you'll get stuck trying to jump out of a window. So when it comes to like glitchiness, it's definitely not the best game, but it's definitely, for the gameplay, it's definitely playable through. Like, it's not really like a big factor, but when you're playing, especially when me and my brother were playing, there would be times where we'd take off headsets and we'd just like trying to be like, dude, this game is making me so mad. But I mean, it's not really that bad. It's just when you're intensely in the moment playing the game, it feels like they're terrible, but overall, no, it's not too bad, but there is a lot. And when it comes to aiming, I feel like it was definitely optimized for your keyboard and mouse, which, I mean, that's obviously any game, but I think you can definitely tell a lot more that they could have focused a lot harder when it comes to controllers, because, like, when you play Call of Duty, I feel like when I play on the controller, you know, I can keep up with the keyboard and mouse a little bit better compared to here when I crossplay with my brother who was on keyboard and mouse. I was like having a hard time keeping up. Not impossible, but definitely a really hard time keeping up. Now the in-game voice chat, that's another level. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it is terrible. Worse than GTA 5, and I hate GTA 5 in-game chat, but if you're on a PS5 party chat, or just PlayStation or Xbox party chat, it's good, or a Discord will be good. 1 second, forgive me for the background noise, my Doberman. But yeah, the in-game video chat is just not there at all. It's pretty bad. I'm telling you, like, really, really bad. It's almost unplayable. The game's really loud itself, so when you're playing, I'm not gonna lie, I can't hear the person I'm playing with at all. Like my brother, when I was playing with him, couldn't hear him at all. He couldn't hear me. Just really terrible. I wish they could make it a little bit better. So when it comes to the actual squads and your player and your classes and what weapons you're going to use, this aspect is also kind of a downfall. Not too much once you get to learn it. It's just really complex if you've never played before. So for me, when I didn't know how to do anything, I would just kind of ask my brother, who's been playing for 2 years, because, you know, obviously, like I said, he came down to visit. But before I would do that, I would try to kind of figure it out myself, and I was just completely lost. Couldn't figure out anything. It was just really complex to me, and that kind of was a little bit of a downfall if I didn't have someone like showing me how to do it. Because let's be honest, you don't always want to watch a YouTube video to see how to play the game, to customize your character, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a little bit better when it's a little bit more simple and not so complex, so that way you can figure out what you like and how to roll with it. And I'm not meaning like it's complex to figure out how to get the best strategies and the best classes and best squads. I'm saying it's like really difficult in general to do anything, and it's just really, really confusing. And then speaking of that, you have all the micro purchases. So let's just be honest, right? It's a free-to-play game, so of course you're gonna have your micro purchases and the pay-to-play, whatnot. But I'm just gonna be really honest. I feel like this is what gets people a lot on it, is how much it is to like buy guns and all that stuff that you can pay with your own money. But honestly, just playing the free-to-play version, you're gonna be fine. Like, there'll be certain stuff you want to pay money for and all that, but you don't really need it. It's going to be a super hard grind to just level up and get through the guns yourself, but just play through it, get through the guns yourself if you don't want to pay money. And then that in itself will be plenty fine enough, trust me. I did pay for the premium or something like that. Not the battle pass, I guess the premium, because it just makes it easier to level up. And it was like, I think, don't quote me, I think it was like $40 for 1 year, so I just kind of went with it, or for 3 months or something like that. I just did it to level up though, nothing like too intense. Not even in the sense to like you have to do it to level up, just more in the sense of to level up a little bit faster, because we're just kind of playing, trying to catch up with my brother a little bit more. So that's all I'm going to really try to cover off the top of my head, because I didn't write anything down. I just figured I'd make this video in like 20 minutes ago before I recorded it. Just basically go off of how fun it is to play. So off of gameplay itself, this game is 100% worth getting, 10 out of 10. Playing with like your friends or just solo. The gameplay itself, like you're not trying to get too into it or crazy about it, like just playing. It's a lot of fun. The only way it would be is maybe if you got a little bit too into it and you'd be like, oh, all these glitches, all this pay to play. Like, I get it, but just gameplay wise, it's a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. But then it comes down to all the other kind of downfalls a little bit, so I'm just going to give an overall rating from gameplay to complexity to graphics to the glitchiness to the pay-to-play to the, free-to-play. I'll definitely give this game, I'd say an 8 out of 10, honestly. And I know probably a lot of people might agree with it in a good way or a bad way, but that's just my personal opinion, like I stated in the beginning of the video. Out of how I had it for a week, I'm definitely going to continue playing. I enjoy playing a lot, so I'm definitely going to give this game an 8 out of 10. And from here on out, I'll just let the rest of the gameplay play without you guys having to hear my annoying voice and see how you like it. So thank you. Side note, thank you guys for the last video. We got over 400 views. I don't know if we'll even touch close to that on this one, but I just want to thank you guys for that, and hopefully you guys continue watching. Thank you a lot.